The following podcast may contain immature content created by Danny Parkhill and Michael Walsh. Listener discretion is strongly advised.
Oh, man. What an honor it was to talk to Tommy Dreamer. I'm speechless. What did you think of the talk, dude?
Tommy is so full of shit. Real Muto is...
Man, what a week already. It's...
You couldn't wait.
No.
Like, we are 3 seconds in, and you know I have to edit this.
You didn't have any sympathy for Satchel. Why should I have any sympathy for you?
I have no simpy, as our friend Scott Steiner would say.
No simpy?
Anyway, yes, what a week indeed. What a day, as my son would say.
That's kind of awesome.
That's what he said. So he'll lay down in bed. Oh, what a day! This kid, you're 4. You know nothing yet.
You haven't had a bad day yet.
God.
So
how are you, Michael? I've missed you over the past week.
Well,
I thought of you. I thought about you every day at work. I've had a shitty week at work, man.
Here's the thing, man. I've missed you too, and I've had a shitty day too. So you know what we should do? You know, since we both had shitty weeks and we both missed each other, we should hang out on Monday.
Well, as a matter of fact, we should. As a matter of fact, why don't we bring our wives and our children?
I think that's a fantastic idea. No, dude, you made my week when you gave me a shout a couple of days ago saying, "Hey, want to go to harass people at Wonderland?"
Yeah, dude, we're gonna have a ball. As you guys are listening to this, probably as you're listening to this, right
as you're listening to it, if you're a patron, if you're a patron,
yeah. Mike and I are deep on a roller coaster right now. So,
and I'll be honest with you, I hate roller coasters.
Really?
But, yeah, I hate them. But I'll rock a couple. I'll rock a couple with you just because I don't hang out with you enough.
Because the wife is not a roller coaster fan.
Just not the scary ones.
What do you mean? Not the which ones?
The scary ones.
Oh, okay. Well, all of them. Well, like, okay. First of all, you're being a wuss. We got to do. They have this new one. I forget what it's called, but it literally just opened like 2 weeks ago, kind of thing. And it's meant to be like the tallest roller coaster in North America. We got to do it, man. I'm sorry, I have to drag you on. It's
we'll see about that. I'm gonna let my wife tell you a story about the time she dragged me on the wheel on a roller coaster, and we'll see if you still want to go on with me. The only way for sure I'm getting on it if it's got like, what was the one at Niagara called? Wasn't it like the Tombstone?
Oh yeah, the one that goes up and down or whatever.
Well, that's the Piledriver.
Okay.
But wasn't there like, I thought for sure there was one called the Tombstone. Maybe I'm wrong.
Such marks. I love how I'm such a mark. I automatically think like Tombstone,
yeah.
Piledriver.
Yeah. There's definitely one. I think the one at Wonderland is called the Piledriver. I think. I could be wrong. But I thought they had a roller coaster called something like that at WWE, whatever it was called in Niagara.
Whatever, Niagara Falls. Or
I never got to go to that. Did you ever go to that?
No, I never did. It's funny because like I had planned a couple times. Every time I've never been to Niagara Falls.
Oh,
the story with me in Niagara Falls is, that's only half true. I went to Niagara Falls when I was like 4 or 5 years old. Like I don't remember it.
Wait, when you were conceived?
Yeah, basically, right? But
your parents got down and dirty behind a Denny's in Niagara.
Gross. Oh god. No, but I 3 separate times I've been planning on going, right? Like twice when WWE Niagara Falls was a thing. And then literally I was planning, that was the original plan, was this weekend we were going to go to Niagara Falls. Long story short, it didn't work out. So we looked at other stuff instead. It's like, you know what? Let's give Mike and the old wife and the young boy a call, and see if we can conjure up See if we can swing.
And it just happened to be the perfect day too, because it's a Monday, and Mondays are what I call my administration days. It's days I'm stuck in my office all day, so it's easy for me to sneak out if I have to, which I will be doing. So loving it. And that was the second greatest news that I got this week.
What was the first greatest news?
Or I should say the second greatest phone call that I was part of anyways.
Do we want to bury the lead right now?
Well, we might as well. I want them to know what they're in for here.
Well?
Yeah,
Right.
I'm going to let them all know we lied to you last week, folks. We told you, we're definitely going to we're definitely going to continue with our 5 weeks of Chinlock 5. I believe we're on week 3 right now, Dan.
Yes.
And week 3 was supposed to be us talking about Tommy Dreamer. But we're not going to talk about Tommy Dreamer this week, Dan.
No, we're not going to talk about Tommy Dreamer.
Instead, I'm going to talk to Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah.
That's right. Just yesterday, I had a fantastic phone call with the innovator of violence himself. One of the coolest guys I've ever talked to on the phone. Very sweet man. I can't wait for you to hear this interview. That'll be coming up at the end of the show if you're a Patreon member. If you're not,
then you're going to listen to us rattle on for another 25 minutes or so.
You're kind of going to Bone Town there, bud.
You're going to skip the whole conversation about us, and all this stuff, Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why aren't you a Patreon?
Sucks to be you.
Yeah, I agree.
But if you want to be a Patreon, go on over to patreon.com / WrestleMedia.ca and see all the cool we got over there. And the cool thing is about Patreon, just like on the regular WrestleMedia.ca, in both places, I am not Danny Parkhill.
I'm not Michael Walsh, but this podcast will be equal to or greater than WrestleMania.
Oh, fuck. Is that where we're going to start?
What a stupid line. Why would you say that?
No.
Why?
They kind of started doing that with the Greatest Royal... Not the Greatest Royal Rumble. What was the second one? The Crown Jewel one. They started alluding to it was the biggest thing of the year. And I'm just like, okay, well, you're kind of underselling WrestleMania. And then this year, they flat out say it's better than WrestleMania. What are you doing? What a stupid sales pitch.
Hey, again, it goes back to what I was saying last week. Hey, if you're a fan in North America and you've been a dedicated fan of the WWE, how about you go f*** yourself? Because we're giving this Saudi Empire a show the likes of which you'll never see, f***ing marks.
Well, they figure Saudi Arabia is already doing something huge for the world by putting a in their main event, so...
Wept. I'm still
no, not that.
Yeah, frig. No, yeah. Is Heyman going to be there?
Let's not.
Heyman
I don't know. Right? Two at once. I think that's going too far.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't think Heyman was there last time.
Yeah, I don't know if he was or not. To be honest,
Here's the thing, though. I really thought about this. If you think about the last 3 Saudi Arabia shows, I can now book the next 10 Saudi Arabia shows. It's the easiest booking because they're all booked the same. So every Saudi Arabia show ever, Triple H versus someone he's already fought 25 times. The Undertaker versus somebody you wish he fought 15 years ago.
Word. A
bunch of guys facing guys that they have no reason to fight, but it kind of looks cool on paper. And Finn Balor doing a gimmick that he should have done at WrestleMania, doing a gimmick, I should say, that he only does when it makes no sense for him to do it. Yeah. That's basically the Saudi Arabia shows, isn't it?
Well, he can't do the gay gimmick because they'll chop his head off.
No, what I mean about that is the only time they seem to bring out the demon lately, they never bring it out when it makes sense.
And
did it not make more sense for him to be the demon at Royal Rumble?
You're 100% correct.
But they didn't do it. And it made no sense at WrestleMania, but they did it.
You're right. But, you are correct in that statement. I am also correct in my statement that they don't do the Balor Club is for everybody gimmick in Saudi Arabia because they kill gay people. Like, it's,
yeah, and
there's no,
they only want to risk killing one person per show, right? So
yeah, really, yeah,
they've already put Goldberg up on a bike.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so mad about it.
Can we try not to talk about Saudi Arabia from now on this show?
You know what? I think that's a good idea. I think people get the hint about how we feel about it. Honestly, and I'm a pro wrestling guys. I will take any wrestling whatsoever, put it in my inject it directly into my veins, put Eric Bischoff's in my mouth. Like, I'll take it however I can get it. But
again.
I will not be partaking in this show. I just.
Oh no, I won't be watching it.
My morals can't let me do it. I mean, I'm interested in seeing, matches like Ziggler versus Kingston. I think they might bring something cool to the table. And you know what? I kind of want to see Undertaker versus Goldberg just to see it. Like just to see what they can deliver at. No offense, but the age they are. I can't bring myself to do it. It's just, it's supporting something that's gross, and I can't. I
agree with you.
Sorry.
Yep. And part of supporting it, I think this goes very much along with the conversation we had a couple of weeks ago, where I said some about an indie league that I did not name because I did not want to give them any more advertisement or publicity that they deserved. I think we should be doing the same thing with Saudi Arabia. If we stop talking about it, people may not think about it. So this is the last time we're going to talk about Saudi Arabia.
I hope you're right.
Unless someone like that'd be cool. Did I say that out loud?
I can't have that on the show. I'm gonna have to bleep the guy's name out. I can't.
All right, what's next? Money in the Bank. We're fresh off of Money in the Bank. We're not going to go too far into the actual card because if you want to hear about that, you can head on over to the Wrestling Show on Wednesday with Adam and Matt, of course.
It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with the fact that I haven't watched the full show yet.
Oh,
not at all.
Okay. I have, and I just want to mention a couple things. People are shitting all over this show, and I don't know why.
I mean, so far, I should note, I'm at literally. My TV is paused as we speak at the entrances of the Universal title match. So Rollins versus Styles. I've watched up to that point.
Okay, well, I apologize because I'm going to be spoiling for you here.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I know.
Number one, that match in question, Rollins Styles, fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
enjoy it.
I would hope so.
Enjoy it because it is fantastic. Here's where people are on it. People are on the. Okay, well, by now you may or may not know.
Yeah, I know what happened.
Bailey. Yeah. Bailey became Miss Money in the Bank and then went on to win the championship later on. People are all over that, and I love it. Why? I think it's great.
Why?
Because people want to on things. That's what people do.
Okay, so are they off about Becky dropping the belt, or are they off about Bailey winning the belt? Because I know for a fact they'll about Charlotte having it again.
They don't want anybody to have anything. I think that's what it is.
The thing is, that keeps. What do you expect? You're going to have the two belts on Becky forever? She's got
they don't want that either because apparently they're getting tired of Becky. They keep shoving Becky down our throats. But you wanted Becky down your throats.
Yeah. We all want Becky down our throats.
I want to be down Becky's throat. People just to hear themselves. But that's not the worst thing they did about this show. This is what we're going to talk about. I want to very briefly talk about the main event of the show, the men's Money in the Bank.
Yes.
Now, the finish of this, as everybody knows by now, so what happened earlier in the show, or even before the show, Sami Zayn beat Braun Strowman to become a participant of this match. Yeah. Braun Strowman is now not in it. Yeah.
That's right.
And then somebody, supposedly Braun Strowman, beat the shit out Sami Zayn earlier in the show, and so now we know that both Sami Zayn and Braun Strowman will not be in this match. So we don't know who the 8th man will be. So the match goes on, 7-man fight. It was a very decent match. I enjoyed it. Definitely wasn't one of the best, but it was good. Lot of crazy spots, a lot of stuff that Finn Balor did was just like almost cringeworthy. Cool stuff though. And of course, at the very end, the finish comes, and Mustafa Ali is by himself at the top of the ladder, and he's literally got his hands on the case. Then Brock Lesnar's music hits.
Yeah.
Brock comes down, beats the shit of Mustafa, beats the shit of a couple of the other guys, grabs that title, pulls it down, and says, "I'm back." And the IWC loses their f***ing shit. Now, I have a feeling you and I might differ on this, but I have zero problem with this. Okay, I can't say I have zero problem. I do have one small problem, but it's minuscule. As far as Brock coming out and winning the title, I have no f***ing problem with this. Or winning the Money in the Bank, of course.
Yeah. My only problem with it, okay, I have a couple, and I do also. I have one small gripe, and that's if Ali is literally touching. And again, I haven't seen the match yet.
No, and that's my problem. He's already got his f***ing hands on it. Why didn't, as soon as he heard that music, why didn't he pull it down?
Yeah, like just unhook it and you win.
Yeah,
you know?
Why did he stand there and stare with his hands on it? Like that was stupid. That was my only problem with it, though. My only problem. My problem had nothing to do with Brock coming out. Had nothing to do with Brock winning. I honestly thought you'd have a problem with it because you and I argued a lot about the finish of Hell in a Cell this year.
Yeah,
and I thought if you had a problem with that, you'd have a problem with this.
The only beef, the only problem I have with it is that Money in the Bank, I've always felt it should be used as a rub. You know what I mean? Even if you give it, you could make a case for almost anybody in that match. I say almost because Aaron Corbin. But almost anybody in that match to win the briefcase, and it would give them some sort of rub, right?
Okay.
If Ali won it, you'd go back to the storyline of, like he's going to challenge Kofi Kingston for it, or is he? Because Kofi took his spot, and he could have had this and yada yada yada. He could do that. Finn Balor wins it. It's okay. So he's the underdog, and he and Balor have had a couple, or he and Rollins have had a couple wars, but yada yada yada. You could write a whole bunch of stories with it. Lesnar, I just don't feel that he needs it.
Okay,
he was the Universal champion.
I'll agree.
He was the Universal Champion for how long? Like a year or something like that, if not longer. And I mean, he lost once to Seth Rollins. And you could just as easily build the story that he doesn't need the briefcase. He's just going to destroy anybody that's in his path to get the Universal Championship back. That's how he's been booked, is like a monster.
No.
Keep on that thing. Why is he using the Money in the Bank as a cop-out? You know what I mean? From a kayfabe perspective, right?
Right.
If he's Brock Lesnar,
from a kayfabe perspective, I think
he doesn't need anything. He's a superstar. The WWE pays him a stupid amount of money just to walk in the door.
Which is why I like the way they did it. And until you didn't get this far in the match, in the show, obviously. But it was the way he did it. He didn't do it. He did it with such arrogance. He did it with such, like, F*** you guys kind of thing. And I think that's the reason it worked for me. It wasn't... He didn't come out as the beast. He didn't come out and kick the shit out of everybody and then grab it and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm the next champion." No, he came out cocky as smiling, laughing. He jumped up, he grabbed it, and he said, "I'm back," in the most eating way. I think that's why it worked for me.
Well, again,
very heelish.
Maybe when I see it all, my opinion will differ.
Right.
I'm just looking at it from a booking perspective.
Now,
again, just
from a booking perspective, I want to throw something at you though.
Sorry. Okay, go.
You say it should be used as a rub, and I agree with you. But what's to say it's not? What if Brock Lesnar uses this to go up against, say, Kofi Kingston and fails? Does that not rub Kofi the right way?
Yes, but there are, again, Brock Lesnar is built up to such a degree that even with the loss to Seth Rollins, he's still a beat. Like, Seth Rollins beat him,
that's what I'm saying.
But it took a lot to keep him down, right?
That's
like,
what I'm saying. What if Kofi beats him? That's a huge rub for Kofi.
Well, then why not? But by that logic, why not have Brock just walk on to SmackDown and be like, "Give me a title shot," and if they say no, have him beat the out of people until he gets a title shot.
Yeah.
You know, like that's I don't know. I just think it's I get what they're trying to do with it, and it's not. I've heard worse ideas. I'm not mad at it. I don't think it's, oh my god, this is the worst idea ever. Cancel my subscription to WWE Network. It's not that bad, but it's I feel like they've missed some opportunities with the briefcase in that regard. Like, I mean, again, look at what they did with Bayley, right? Like, okay, Bayley won it. She hasn't had a shot at the title in a while. How are they going to use it? Oh, you know what? She's going to be opportunistic and use it 2 hours after she got it, right? Like, that kind of thing. You could do that with a whole bunch of folks. Lesnar, again, like, you could just walk in, beat the out of everybody, like.
And I don't know if you've actually seen the match yet, but I love the way they did it because they really kept Bayley's character. Yes, she was opportunistic, but at the same time, there was no heel in it at all. She came out, she saved Becky, she saw her opportunity, she called for the match to begin. You know what I mean? It was fantastic. The way it went down, they really protected Becky's character, and I loved, Bayley's character, and I love how they did it.
Yeah, because again, like, and that's part of what I love about a lot of these cash-ins is that they'll have that moment where it's like they let it sink in for you for a minute.
Yeah,
right. They let it be like, okay, so Bayley's in the ring, Charlotte's down, she's got the briefcase. Is she going to cash it in? Well, maybe she shouldn't cash it in. I mean, of course she should cash it in. It gives you a pause there, and then of course the crowd gets into it. And it's like, cash it in, go, go, go. And then I like that kind of storytelling. So I mean, I dug how they did that.
Me too. Okay, moving on from Money in the Bank to very next night on Raw. Let's talk about that third hour, dude.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna be 100% honest with you here.
Yeah.
I didn't actually watch all of Raw.
Neither did I. I watched the highlights.
Yeah, I basically watched a 1 minute clip where Mick Foley is like, "Yeah, it's a 24/7 title." It's like, "Oh, by the way, we're getting grittier in the third hour now. Everybody hold on to your butts." Yeah. So, and then they went with this weird, dark, gritty lighting thing, which
I'm pretty sure they stole from Sin Cara.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not. I think I need another couple weeks.
It's going to take a couple weeks for me to buy it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think okay, sure, but if you're not going to actually change the product to fit with it, it's that whole lipstick on a pig argument again, right? I could get plastic surgery and repair the out of my face, but I'm still a piece of human being. So, my wife still won't want to look at me.
Now, if you want to listen to me talk about the 24-hour title, wait till the end of the show. You can hear me and Tommy Dreamer talk about it. Or if you want to hear someone else talk about it, check out Wednesday and listen to Matt and Adam talk about it. All I'm going to say right now about that 24/7 title is this: the reason R-Truth even has it right now, or the reason he wanted it, is because the thing is designed like a giant clock, and he just wants to be like Flava Flav.
Flavor Flav.
Doesn't it look like a clock?
That's yes. I think that's the joke, Michael.
Oh my God!
24/7.
Holy! I just got it.
Are you actually that stupid?
Yeah, that stupid. And you want to know what's funny? So many people are on it, and I on it too. I said it's ugly. But people, including myself, kind of remembers the original hardcore title wasn't exactly pretty either, was it?
Well, yeah, but again, it was designed that way. It was meant to be like, oh, this is the gross, ugly title that, only the scum of the earth are going to compete for, But yeah, no, I don't know. You can hear more about the 24/7 title on the wrestling show, but like the third hour, I'm not sure about it yet.
Yeah,
I don't know what my opinion is yet. Give me a couple weeks.
Yeah, we'll see, and then I'll give an opinion, because right now I'm like, I think it's too early to on it. People are very quick to on it, and I'm like, these are the same people who've been begging for the Attitude Era to come back, and now they're on what they've been asking for. So I don't know. It's too early to on anything. It's too early to praise anything. It's going to take a couple weeks, and it's going to take time for me to actually watch it. I didn't watch the show this week, so I have to sit down and actually watch the show.
Yeah, well, I mean, so there you are. At least now you're interested in watching the show, I guess, right? So that's.
Well, exactly. They've done something, right? Yeah.
I haven't watched a live episode of Raw in a long time.
Right.
It's been a couple years. I haven't watched a episode of Raw after the fact for a solid year and change. So I'm not because I'm like, oh, WWE has this terrible product and I hate it. It's not so much that. It's just that's a lot of wrestling. You know, I like to watch. I like to watch a lot of wrestling, but it's
if they were to bring it down to
so much time in
if they brought it down to 2 hours, I'd be watching every week.
Yeah, I'd probably watch it. If it were 2 hours. But again, I don't watch SmackDown either. So I mean, it's like, I'll watch. I'll keep up. Like I'll keep up with the shows. I'll read results and all that kind of thing, and I'll watch the pay-per-views. Yeah, and anything that I feel like any documentaries or anything that kind of piques my interest, I'll watch that.
I don't know. I can't say it's too much wrestling, because when I'm not watching WWE, do you know how much indie wrestling I watch in a week? It's disgusting.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I watch a lot of indies, and I watch a lot of older stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Right,
yeah.
From like the mid to late 90s. Yeah, I mean, well, from all over the place, but in particular from the mid to late 90s.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're a fan of the older stuff, maybe, just maybe, I know a place that you can see a bunch of those older stars all in one place.
I have no idea where that could be.
Well, Danny,
could you enlighten me?
Maybe if you strapped on a disgusting red singlet.
Actually, you know what? You, because I got new gimmicks.
So new attire for Danny Franchise. I don't
want to give too much away, but for those of you who have seen Danny Franchise in action with the red top and red tights, it's almost the exact same thing, but it's blue. Ooh. No, there's a couple more little additions to it.
I hope so. Because that's pretty lame. Ladies and gentlemen, June 15th, if you've been living under a rock and you haven't listened to The Lasting Mark for the last year, June 15th, Kingston, Ontario, the Leon Center? Leon Center.
Leon Center, yes.
100 Tragically Hip Way. Be there. You have to be there. We're getting right down to the nitty gritty, to the point where there's not going to be any tickets left if you don't get off your asses now. We're talking, we're talking the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. We're talking about the excellence of execution, Bret Hart, Hornswoggle, the Brainbusters, Jimmy Corderas, Billy Gunn. I know I'm missing people.
Tugboat.
A tugboat. Our guest on the show today, Tommy Dreamer. The main event that was just announced, and I in my pants and I read about it. Sami Callihan versus Willie Mack. How insane is that?
That's going to be sweet. And you know what? Seriously, we sell this show a lot, but VIP tickets are getting in pretty thin demand.
I think there's only like 6 left, so get them.
That's what I'm saying. If you guys are planning on A, being as close as you can to the action, and B, meeting everybody that you possibly can, get on that now, because it gets a little bit more expensive once those VIP tickets are sold
for
out.
sure.
So
Yeah.
I highly suggest you get on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, I should note, this coming Saturday, June 1st, if you're in the Kingston area, head on downtown Kingston at Confederation Basin for National Health and Fitness Day, a celebration in downtown Kingston, also featuring Chinlock Wrestling. There will be a free show from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. That's at Confederation Basin, Kingston, Ontario, Saturday, June 1st. Hope to see you there. I will be there. So, there you go.
Very cool.
Yes.
Hey, if Danny Franchise can't sell tickets, who can?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
All right,
Well,
so
this
kiddies,
one's free, so that's why they're not depending on me to sell tickets.
so kiddies who are too cheap to give us the ducats, this is where we say our hugs and kisses to you, and we go on with our badass Patreons. So hugs and kisses to all you you freeloaders. Love you.
This has been a presentation of WrestleMedia, where everything is wrestling and wrestling is everything.